Hi, today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about perfect squares. I noticed that one of the questions on your problem was about perfect squares. I'm not sure if we've covered that well enough, so I thought I would talk to you today about perfect squares. A perfect square, see if I can write it up here. A perfect square is a number that can be expressed as the product of two equal numbers, or it's a number that's found by multiplying two equal sides. So if you know that the definition of a square means that all the sides are equal. So if I have a square, it doesn't have to be in an area model. I just have some area model boxes up here to use in just a little bit to do some bigger numbers. But a perfect square is just found when the two integers are exactly the same. So if I wanted to do a square that had one side is 3, the other side obviously is going to be 3 because it's a square. So the perfect square of 3 times 3 would be equal to 9. This is the answer, or the perfect square. So a perfect square of 3 times 3 is 9. So today we're going to be dealing with a little bit bigger numbers because your assignment deals with bigger numbers. So let's say that I have the number, let me see, let's say the number 12 times 12. And I want to do the perfect square of 12 times 12 because 12 and 12 are equal. So I know that's going to be a perfect square. So I might put that one side. I'm going to separate 12 into 10 plus 2. So I'm going to do one of my sticky notes is 10. So I'm going to put that, put my 10 right here. And then I'm going to just go ahead and duplicate it because I know that's going to also be a 10. If this is a 10 here, I know this is going to be a 10 down here. And I know that this is going to be a 10 over here. And then my other number is 2. So let me choose a different color here and type in 2. That's going to be my other sticky note. And oops. First make it, oh, sorry. All right, this program 2 is going to be here. Going to duplicate that. And let me just duplicate it 3 times because I know it's going to be the same. Okay, I'll put a 2 here. I'm going to put a 2 here because the top and the bottom are the same, and I'm going to put a 2 here. All right, once I have that, I know that I'm going to multiply my corners. 1 times 1 is 1, and I have 2 zeros, 0 and 0. Then I have 2 times 1, that's 2 with 1 0. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2 with 1 0. Then I'm just going to add those together. I have 100. I can do 20 and 20. That's pretty easy as 40. And then 41, 42, 43, 44. So my answer is 144. So 12 times 12 equals 144. That's a perfect square. Oops, sorry. Let me move this guy out of my way to do my next one. Let's see. How about we do something bigger like 36 times 36. All right, so I'm going to break up 36. So I'm going to say, let's do 30. 6 is going to be 30 plus 6. So I'm going to do 30 first. And then I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to do this. I'm just going to type them both to begin with. And do the 6. I know those are the only digits I'm really going to need, 30 and 6. I'm going to make these a little smaller. Don't use the one that turns them. Here we go. So I'm going to move over here. We're going to make this one a little smaller. There we go. Now I have 30 and I have 6. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. 30 is going to go down here. 30 is also going to go over here. If it goes over here, it has to go over here. And I have 6, I'm going to duplicate that. That's going to be 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. I'm also making 36 on the side, so I need a 6 here. And I need a 6 here. So now we're doing 3 times 3. That's easy math. That's 9. And then I have 1, 2 zeros. I need 1, 2 zeros. I have 6 times 3. Remember, you can write your 6's down if you don't know them, or count on your fingers for your 3's. But 6 times 3 is 18. And then I have 1 0 here, so I need 1 0 here. 6 times 6 is 36. That's one of those ones that rhymes. That stayed in my head since I was little. 6 times 3, again, is the same as up here, so I know that it's already 180. Then to find the answer, I'm just going to have to add those together. That one's a long one, so I'm going to probably need to add that one together. So I'm going to put here 900, 180, 180, and 36. Make sure when you're adding them that you line them up. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 6. 8 and 8 is 16, 17, 18, 19. Carry my 1. Oops, carry my 1. 9, 10, 11, 12. So the perfect square of 36 times 36 is 1,296. All right, for this next one, I'm going to have to get some of these off here because I've spread out myself too far. So let me erase real quick. Oops. So really, you can find a perfect square of anything by just multiplying a number by itself. That will create a perfect square. So let's see, let's do 21. Okay, so I know that 21 is going to be 20 times 1, because 21 equals 20 plus 1 if I'm doing it in expanded form. So once I have my 2 sticky notes, obviously you don't need sticky notes, you could just write it. I'm trying to be all kinds of fancy and make you a sticky note, but you know that when you're doing this yourself, you're not going to use sticky notes, which is probably easier. I'm sure I probably would have had an easier time if I just would have wrote it, but you might not be able to read it quite as well. So again, I'm going to duplicate 20 up there, so 20 here. I have 21 also on the side, so I'm going to do 20 over here. If I put it over there, I'm also going to put it over here, just for ease of multiplying. Then I'm going to duplicate my 1 down here. I'm going to put the same one over here, and then I'm going to duplicate it one last time to put it over here. All right, once I have all my corners, then I'm just going to multiply. So I have 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and then I have 1 0, so I need 2 zeros. 2 times 1. I always do the little thing over the corners so I remember which numbers I'm multiplying there. 2 times 1 is 2, and then I add 1 0. 1 times 1 is 1, 1. 2 times 1 is 2 with 1 0. All right, oops, sorry, kind of getting sloppy here. So I know that 21 times 21 equals 420, 41. 441. If you can do that math without writing it down, you're welcome to do that. If you can't do the mental math to do 20 plus 20 is 40 plus 1 more is 41, and that is 441. If you can't do it, then you just write it up and down. 400 plus 40, oops, sorry, plus 20 plus 20 plus 1. You can always do that to get 441. It's just a matter of how comfortable you are with your math. Some of you know that mental math is not a problem for you. Some of you know that you struggle a little bit more with that. All right, so this is the way that you use perfect squares. So I think on your paper, your perfect square that you're trying to find the answer to is, let me see, I think it's 25 times 25. So you know that your first thing is going to be is to probably create a square model. And you're probably going to want to make sure that your boxes are, instead of saying 10 here, we're going to divide 25 into 20 and edit this one. Oops. Okay, I'll edit this one to be, instead of 20 and instead of 12, you would be 20 plus 5, and then you're going to go ahead and mark your same sides, and you're going to go ahead and complete that one. I'm not going to complete it for you because I want you to do it, but your sides of your square then are going to be 25 and 25 to get the answer to a perfect square. So do that work on your own, and you will be able to find your answer to your perfect square. Hope you have a good day. Let me know if you have any problems.